What up, Laker Nation? Your boy DTLF back with another post game recaps, man. As the Lakers truly make us proud as Laker fans tonight, man. And defeating a floppy ass Houston Rocket team that was just so annoying to watch. 124 to 115, getting us to victory number 34, man, in the season. Super excited, guys. My bad. I couldn't do pregame, but I'm here post game for you guys. I will be taking phone calls in a little bit. But what a display by the Lakers, man. They go out here on the road and they really put up some wonderful numbers, and not just that, but they did an exceptional job on both, Harden and Westbrook, or should I say, Ref Harden and Russell Westbrook. Honestly, guys, this, even though it was a beautiful game to watch, and I'm very proud of the Lakers, this was one of the most disgusting games of the season. The flopping was egregious. And the league cannot continue to promote this stuff. Even Giannis said, the league rewards flopping, but so happy we beat this horrible Houston Rocket team that's just so streaky and inconsistent. And they truly need the refs to bail them out. Seriously, the refs kept them in the whole game. That was horrific to watch. It's like watching a horror movie that's not even good. That's what it felt like. But I'll tell you what, man. We even got into some of their flopping game with them. We actually started flopping and got some of the calls. We gave them some of their own medicine, so that was beautiful to watch. Even though I don't like flopping, just to give them a little piece of their own medicine. Wonderful. Jason Thompson, thank you, bro. He said, Dan, the Rockets don't look like they're on the same page. Our threats are the Bucks and the Clippers. Nah, man, our threats are the Denver Nuggets, the Bucks, and the Sixers. To me, the Clippers, man, honestly, they're a one-man team. If Kawhi Leonard's not firing on all cylinders, they barely beat the Pelicans today by 3 points. So I don't fear them either. But yeah, the Rockets have never been legit. I told you guys, man, as long as they got Mike D'Antoni as head coach, it's nothing but ISO, ball, and officials to bail you out. But let's be honest, the officials are not going to be there in the playoffs. That's why James Harden always chokes in the playoffs, because he doesn't get the same calls. Honestly, the man just throws up his hands and it's a foul. It's ridiculous. Like, he throws his body around. I was so happy to see LeBron flop a little bit, give him a taste of his own medicine. That guy's a fool, man. I cannot stand James Harden and Russell Westbrook, too, man. He kind of, they're like the modern-day Clippers. Remember how Chris Paul and Blake Griffin were back in the day? They used to flop and cry about everything. Well, that's what the Rockets are now, basically. They turned into the modern-day, floppy Clippers. I call them the Flappy Birds, or should I say the Floppy Birds, because, man, they're just flopping all over the place. So that's my new nickname for James Harden and Russell Westbrook. The Floppy Birds. That's all they do. Flop, cry, flop, cry. But back to the Lakers, man. Sensational job. JaVale McGee really turned the game around for us with his great defense there in the third quarter, man. Very proud of him. Danny Green came up big with 20 points. My boy Kuz, 23 and 8. Every time there's a big game, I look around and Kuz is there. So very proud of what he did tonight. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, we can't say enough of him. 20 points again, 4 assists, 3 rebounds off the bench, man. Dwight Howard bringing some energy with 10 rebounds. 6 points. Just the overall team effort, guys, and led by LeBron, obviously. Just magnificent. I couldn't be prouder of this team. This team continues to show us their stripes game by game. They're an amazing team. They're coming together at the right time, because right now Anthony Davis obviously was out tonight, and we don't know how much longer he's going to be out. But what this is doing is just buying Anthony Davis some time. He said Kuz haters are silent. Again, I'm not even going to address that. You guys know where I stand with the whole Kuz thing, so I'm not even going to address that whole thing. I'm just proud of this whole team, man. I'm tired of talking about one man. We know what he could do. Well, So all in all, guys, I know you guys are very excited for this win. No Anthony Davis, no Rondo. We going on the road after, losing a tough game, a close, tough game, but we showed our stripes, and our bench came in and produced again. So that's great, man. Our bench is now, I feel like they found their identity. They're being they're being very efficient. And they continue to show their resiliency. Honestly, this team can't do no wrong right now. Even in the loss the other night, the loss we had to the Orlando Magic, even the bench showed up then. So you have to be happy, man. What they continue to do is nothing short of sensational. Now, again, just one game. This is the first game of the 5-game road trip. So we got some really tough games coming up for sure. But I think the Lakers are up for it, man. How do you guys feeling, though? I'm going to head over to the comment section right now. John Daw, appreciate the donation, brother. I know you're happy. I appreciate you. He said, Lakers are 4-1 without AD. Very good. Yes. And did you guys notice that AD was orchestrating the choir from the sidelines? They were chanting, let's go Lakers, man. We turned Houston into Staples Center for a quick, brief moment. They even chanted LeBron MVP, and the MVP chants for LeBron were louder than the James Hardens. James Harden had to lose some of his beard hair tonight, man, over that. I'm serious. He's going to lose some sleeves. He'll be tossing and turning. And the best part is that we're the best fans in the world, taking over every single arena. And Anthony Davis is a witness right now. He's saying, man, this fan base is special. They follow us everywhere we go. They're so supportive. Like, this is the ultimate recruitment for any superstar, not just AD. James Harden, all these superstars, they see how special Laker Nation is. You don't think James Harden and them are mad that their arena was flooded with Laker fans? Of course, they get irritated, but that's just a testament to the power of Laker Nation. You guys want to know another testament? The Lakers have moved Alex Caruso to number 4 amongst the guards in the West, including your boy Russell Westbrook. That's why he was so hot and trying to play dirty, throwing elbows at my boy Kuz and all that. They're upset because our fan base is powering Alex Caruso, averaging 5.9 points per game, to a potential all-star appearance. He's currently number 4 in the West, so keep voting for him, guys. The media hates on the Lakers. Did you guys hear how many times they were just flip-flopping and saying, oh, every time the Lakers drew an offensive foul, oh, that wasn't an offensive foul. But when James Harden and one of their players drew an offensive foul, that's a great call by the officials. These refs, these commentators, they're all trash. And for some reason, I don't know what the agenda is against us, but let's keep voting. Let's keep pissing off the mainstream and voting in AC, because you know what? They said he wasn't going to make it. Let's prove them wrong. Let's get him up to a top 3 guard in the West and see what happens. Let's keep pissing off mainstream guys. I love it. That's why I have this platform. I'm here to push Alex Caruso for the All-Star game. If we can somehow make that happen and continue to get these color commentators upset, especially Jeff Van Gundy, who's so biased, then I'm all for it, even if he doesn't end up making it. But I feel like if we continue to vote him in, he might just make it. He said Floppy Birds will never win an NBA championship. Oh, of course not. I've been on the record many times as saying Mike D'Antoni is not a championship coach. He's just not. I mean, he ran Kobe Bryant into the ground. He runs the superstars into the ground. Look at Steve Nash. Back problems and all. He was playing heavy minutes. His career ended a little prematurely. Kobe, I think he could have had a couple more years if he didn't play for Mike D'Antoni and all those heavy minutes. That's my only fear for Frank Vogel. I want him to limit these minutes for our superstars. But all in all, I mean, you guys see the flexibility and the depth of the Lakers. The Lakers continue to shine. Guys continue to step up off the bench. I'm serious, man. Big games from Danny Green, KCP, Kyle Kuzma, JaVale McGee defensively, Dwight always with the energy. Even Troy Daniels and Quinn Cook are coming in, giving us buckets on the regular now. So you got to love that, guys. Anyways, I'm going to open up the phone lines right now, guys. Get a couple of phone calls from you guys. The phone number is 951-281-8013. I'm going to go ahead and type it in right here on the side so you guys can get it. Give me one sec. Copy and paste. And then, I'll start taking calls. See how you guys feel about the Lakers so far. What are you guys thinking about trade rumors? All this crazy stuff, man. You guys want to talk about it? I'm here for you. It's your night. So I'll take, let's see if it's working right now. Caller number 1. Hey, what's up, man? You on live with DTLF?
Oh, hey, what's up, Dan?
Hey, what's up, brother? How's it going, man?
Christian from Las Vegas.
Oh, Christian. How you doing, Chris?
Christian from Las Vegas.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, just wanted to talk about the Lakers tonight, like, obviously.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, so I'm a little nervous.
No, you're good, brother. Go ahead, man. Take your time.
I feel like what we should do is we're definitely keeping Kuzma, right? But
hopefully
we should shop around for him. I'm not saying trade Kuzma, but I am saying shop around for him.
Okay.
See what we can get. And what I mean by that is if we're gonna trade Kuzma, we're definitely gonna trade him for nothing short of a De'Aaron Fox type player. Like De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, since the Kings are in the running right now, Zach
LaVine, how you feel about Zach LaVine, Drew Holiday?
Zach LaVine.
Yes,
guys like that, guys of that level,
You know who comes to mind right now as a prime trade candidate? I don't know if you saw the Pelicans versus the Clippers earlier today, but let me tell you something, man.
I didn't, but
Lonzo Ball's here to stay, man. Lonzo Ball is their future point guard. If they're smart, if I was the Pelicans, I'm the GM right now, right? I'm in charge. I'm going 100% with the youth movement. I'm trading Drew Holiday to get as much in return as possible for him. And if I'm the Lakers and Drew Holiday becomes available, okay, maybe I look to move Kuzma. But to me, Kuzma's value to this team, man, is beyond forget about the negatives and the positives,
Yeah,
it's not easy to find a 6'9" guy who could stretch the floor for you, step in when your superstar is down and injured, and drop like a 23-point game. And I've noticed something about him. Even when he struggles, even when he has bad games, he's fearless, man. He continues to play hard, and I love that about him. He's crashing the glass now, getting a second chance points. He's adapting to playing with LeBron. I think being in the starting lineup can be a blessing for him moving forward. If he can now adapt to play with AD when he comes back, if coach still allows that, then I think Kuz's value to this team is going to be even higher than it already is. But here's my thing, though. A lot of people want to nitpick about his inconsistency. They want to say that, there's better players to be had. My only thing is, where are you going to find a 6'9" guy who can drop a 30 to 40-point game on any given night, especially when your stars are missing? It's a long season, and you're going to need that type of production.
That's why if we were going to trade him, we should definitely look into trading for someone like I said, a Zach LaVine or a De'Aaron Fox. But I doubt we'd be able to pull off something like that because the Kings are so hard to edit to us to what we did to them back in the day.
Right. Well, a lot of teams,
Laker haters over there,
brother.
Who isn't a Laker hater now?
A lot of teams, I agree. A lot of teams just despise the Lakers because we've destroyed their franchise, over the years. Give me 1 second. Let me turn down the. Hold up. 1 second. Yeah, this thing, I'm sorry about that. The app malfunctions sometimes, so I have to kind of. But I agree with you, bro. Look, let me tell you something, and I'm gonna end the call right there. I appreciate you for calling in. But I agree. Like the Lakers could really get some serious value in return. My thing is, if there's nothing to be had there, why force it, right? There's no need to force it, guys. We have plenty of time to grow with Kyle Kuzma. I think a lot of people want like knee-jerk reaction trades. They need to be careful because we could be giving up something really, really good here for the future and for the present. Look how great Lonzo and Brandon Ingram and all these guys that the Lakers didn't really have patience for are developing. So I say use the same precaution with Kyle Kuzma because we don't need to give him up. This guy's right. We can add other pieces around. The only way I would give him up is if we get somebody like Drew Holiday, Zach LaVine, like he said, Fox. I'm not sure about Buddy Hield. I'm not sure if I'm infatuated by him. He's probably even more inconsistent than Kyle Kuzma, to be honest with you. Like, no hate. I like Buddy Hield, but his contract is way too high, and I feel like he's more inconsistent than Kyle. I think, D'Angelo Russell as well. I agree with you. D'Angelo Russell is another player that we didn't keep around that ended up panning out. But all in all, my overall thing is if we're winning with the guy on the team, why take him off of the team? That's my overall thing. How you doing, man? You on live with DTLF? Talk to me, boss. How you doing, bro? Let me adjust this really quick. Give me 1 second before we put you on live. All right, talk to me. Art of War, give me 1 second, brother. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties over here with the app, brother. Give me 1 second. I apologize, Laker Nation. I don't know what's going on with the little speaker right now, but it's a little down. But I'll go ahead and answer your question, man. They can't hear you, but I will repeat your question, and I'll make sure to make sure they can hear you.
Today, it was a really good bounce back win, because the last time I was really pissed off that we lost not really close game, but we were down for 20, then we came back twice. So yeah, it was a feel-good win,
Right. No, it was definitely a great win, especially because Anthony Davis was out, Anytime AD's out and you're playing a team like the Rockets and you can capitalize on that, it is a very feel-good win, brother. But I mean, all in all, do you feel like the Lakers need to make a roster move, or you think we're good right now? Like, what would be your suggestion for this franchise moving forward?
Moving forward, I think the Lakers, we have a lot of depth, one to 16, but I think we should keep the roster the way it is.
Right.
Maybe cut one person, maybe Dudley, because he's kind of slow-footed,
So you feel like we should cut Dudley because of the production, or what would be the main reason you feel we should cut Jared Dudley?
I think I don't know, because his defense is not there. I mean, he can shoot threes and everything, but defense not there. He can't really keep up with
Well, actually, brother, I think on the contrary, I think he's done a great job defensively with the limited minutes he's got. He's moving his feet. He shows a lot of hard work. Now, I know he's not the funnest player to watch. He's not the most athletic or whatever, but I think he's done a great job of just coming in and basically he's done a great job of coming in and filling in a role. He's knocked down some big shots this season. I think his energy has been crucial to the team on and off the court. I'm not sure I want to cut Jared Dudley. Now that's a good point you bring up, because honestly, like, who are you going to cut, right? Or we're going to add somebody. So I'm glad. I mean, that's a great. If it comes down to it, it depends who I'm adding. If I'm adding Iguodala, then okay, you're right. I cut Jared Dudley, right? But because that's another wing player, right? He's going to step right up. If I'm adding Collison, that makes it a little bit more difficult, man, because we have so many guards on this team. You know what I mean? Like, we have – how many guards do we have? Let's see. We got KCP, Rondo, Caruso. We have so many guards. We have Avery Bradley, Quinn Cook. That's 5 already right off the top of my head. I'm sure I'm missing somebody, but we have so many guards. And if we cut another technically a forward in Jared Dudley and add another guard, then we're just so deep at the guard position, and we're a little thinner at the forward position. You know what I'm saying? You catch my drift on that? But other than that, man, I mean, I agree. Look, if we had to cut somebody, then whoever's producing the less, I guess, and by default, I guess you'd be right. That would be Jared Dudley. I agree with you, man.
But definitely, if we have to trade Kuz out, the only person I would trade for is Zach LaVine. That's about it.
Kuzma for Zach LaVine. That's about it. And thanks for the call, bro. I appreciate it. I'm going to have to cut the phone call short, guys, because for some reason it's malfunctioning. But he said the only person he would trade Kyle Kuzma for is Zach LaVine. Now, I'm a big Zach LaVine fan. I think he would be an excellent fit with the Lakers. He adds another combo guard who can ball handle, attack the rim, finish at the paint. He would be awesome. So I agree. I mean, it'd be hard to say no to that trade. If they offered us Kyle Kuzma for Zach LaVine and we have to throw in some fillers, it's really hard to say no to that. But I love what we have going right now, guys. Honestly, it's going to be hard to mess with that, right? To mess with this chemistry and make a move, because Danny Green said it best. The team we have right now is a team that we most likely have to roll with, because they all want to be here. They all want to be here, and they love their teammates. They love everybody loves each other. This is probably the tightest the Lakers have looked in a long, long time. So by trading somebody, what kind of message do you make, to the team? It's like, oh man, this team wasn't good enough. We needed an upgrade. Okay, that's fine. But I don't know, man. It's hard to cut ties with somebody like Kyle Kuzma, for me personally, on a personal level, because I think he's been great. And people criticize him for the littlest things, like dyeing your hair yellow and stuff like that. I think that's being too petty. Honestly, if we're going to look into his personal life, for his production, he's more than exceeded his production. That 1.7 mil he makes, he's exceeded that. So honestly, I don't get the criticisms and the whole, Amber Rose and Kardashian drama. But it is what it is. You are in LA, and the spotlight is very bright. People are going to nitpick, and people are going to be tough on you. And so far, I think he's done a great job of handling himself. The guy hasn't really got rattled. He hasn't panicked. He's been a little down on himself, but he still shows up for big games like tonight. So props to Kuz, and hopefully he continues to roll. Colbert, thank you, bro. He said, I like Frank Vogel, but I need to see Dwight Howard or JaVale in the fourth all the time. We could lose close games if they are not playing. Well, tonight was an exception, man, because Mike D'Antoni loves going small, And my thing is, Mike D'Antoni going small, sometimes you have to match up. And that's what the Lakers did. They matched up. They actually put Kuz at the 5, and it paid off. That third quarter, Kuz and KCP both went off 7 points apiece, down that stretch. So he said, Dan, can you shout out my dad? Of course, man. What's your dad's name? I'm sorry if I missed any of you guys' comments. I apologize. He said, yo, we can add but not subtract to our roster. And that's just the thing that people don't understand is, even though we have that exception, we will still have to cut somebody from the team. And I really pray to God it's not Talon Horton-Tucker, because you guys have seen what he's done now. Talon Horton-Tucker is not a two-way player. For those of you guys that don't know, he's actually on the roster. He's taking up a roster space, and he gets no playing time. So the coach could potentially push to cut him and just re-sign him back with the G League squad and hopefully add him next year. But I wouldn't do it. It's a big risk, because if somebody else picks him up, that kid is going to be a beast. I'm serious. With the proper development and minutes, I think this guy can be something really good for the Lakers moving forward. First of all, he has all the tools to be a defensive monster. He has big hands. His hands are the same size as Kawhi Leonard's hands. They don't grow like that on trees. His body, even though he's kind of he kind of reminds me a little bit of Metta World Peace, but he has a lot of length and athleticism, man. He gets to the rim. He has great ball handles for his size. I think that kid he can be a diamond in the rough. Now, it's still early. He has great wingspan as well. Yes, absolutely. But even though it's early, I think with the right development minutes, he will be something to behold. He said, Dan, can you give my daughter Eva a B-Day shout out? It's her first one. Oh, happy birthday to little Eva, man. Much love to her, man. Hopefully she enjoys, her first birthday with her family. Awesome, brother. Awesome. Happy birthday. He said, Kuzma needs to be in the gym, not the salon. See, little stuff like that, bro. You're not the manager. I'm sorry, Christmas. Like, just lay off the kid. He's young. He's 24. Let him live a little. I'm sure if you're an NBA superstar with all these girls chasing on your coattail, you'd probably be living it up a little bit too. He's only worth 1.7 million. He's produced more than what he's worth. Trust me. He's earned his paycheck. That's for sure. He's already showed up more than a handful of games. I lost count where if he doesn't produce, we probably would have lost the game. So tonight was another exception. The same thing, man. And I get it. He's inconsistent. He's young, but he'll come around, man. Just give him time. Yeah, people, I don't know why they like to hate on my boy Kuz, honestly. He's so humble. Like, that's exactly the type of young talent I want around the team. Remember a couple years back when we had, like, immaturity like D'Angelo or like Jordan Clarkson, who was trying to follow in the footsteps of Nick Young? Kuzma's not that. He's a little flashier. He likes to dress up, go out, do his thing, but he's young, man. He said, Dan, the Lakers really need to get someone that can break the defense down. Lakers will struggle with the Clippers without that type of player. Again, to me, the measuring stick is not the Clippers, man. I'm more afraid of the Bucks and the Clippers. All that length that the Bucks have, that's scary in a 7-game series. The Clippers don't have the length. They don't have a big man that can compete with AD and Bron in the paint. I get it. Montrez is, Energizer Bunny or whatever, but he's not going to be enough in a 7-game series, Rich man's Kenneth Faried won't be enough. Trust me. I've seen basketball for years, and I can tell you right now that Kawhi Leonard would have to average like about 50 points a game to have a shot at beating the Lakers in the playoffs. And Lou Williams is not going to get the same shots drifting to the left, drifting to the right, foul calls. He's not getting that in the playoffs. So Patrick Beverly will get away with some more of his baloney, but he already basically does during the regular season, man. I mean, did you guys see how many times he fouled Lonzo today? If you guys saw the game, he was really up in Lonzo's face, reaching in. They never call the fouls. It's crazy. He said, hey, Dan, calling you from Houston. Dude, you hear the MVP chants? Yes, I did. It was awesome, man. I love it when Laker fans take over another arena. It just shows our power. We have strength in numbers, and we travel, man. Laker fans, they're all around the world, and the ones that aren't in Houston, they travel there. So, gotta love it. He said, facts. He be hand checking. Yes, I don't get it. We get called for everything. Did you guys see? Like, James Harden literally does his little Euro step and throws his hands up every time, and it's a foul. But yet, there's players that can really do whatever they want, like Patrick Beverly. Even Kawhi was fouling the crap out of Brandon Ingram tonight, and for some reason, they didn't call the fouls. I don't know. It drives me ludicrous. He said, Dan, KCP should be our third option. KCP has been great, but we don't need to put that kind of pressure on him. The pressure's already on Kuz, and you see how that has rattled him sometimes, all the negative talk and all that. But let's be real, like, we don't need that kind of pressure on KCP. KCP, Avery Bradley, Danny Green, they're just role players, and all they have to do is play efficiently and stick to their role. They don't need to have a number, 1, 2, or 3. That's irrelevant. It's a team sport. We really only have 2 options, and everybody else alternates between nights because Kuz is still young. Obviously, he's not as consistent. Also adapting to playing with LeBron and AD. And the other vets, they haven't showed up consistently enough for us to call them a number 3. So right now we don't have a number 3, but I'm okay with that because that takes pressure off of everybody, and everybody just they go with the hot hand. If you notice, every other night somebody else emerges. Tonight Kuz emerged. The other night it was Quinn Cook and Troy Daniels. The previous night it was Danny Green, et cetera, et cetera. We don't need to have numbers. We don't need to be that that strict on our team. Like, we don't need a number 3. He said refs with the non-call on the goaltending on Capella, they got away with so much. For some reason, the Houston Rock refs, that's what I call them, not the Rockets, the Rock refs, because they have a 6th and 7th man on the sideline, and it's ridiculous. I hate watching Rocket games because James Harden, honestly, honest question to all Houston Rocket fans, how do you guys enjoy watching Flop Harden, 50 free throws a game, combined between him and Westbrook? Like, how's that even enjoyable? To me, that takes away the joy. I miss old school style basketball. Call me an old head, call me boomer, whatever. I don't care. honestly, I miss that, roughneck style of basketball when everybody was in each other's grill and everything was called kind of evenly. NBA has always been kind of fishy with the foul calls and stuff like that, but kind of evenly to the point where people could at least try to play defense. Now, man, you better basically when you guard Harden, you better give him space. When you contest, you got to be running sideways. You basically have to move laterally. It's ridiculous, man. But at the same time, Giannis said it the best. The league is structured. The league is structured to benefit floppers. That's the MVP of last year said it. So I mean, if I was the NBA, if I was the commissioner, I hear this, I will crack down on floppers. But nah, man, they don't care. They just want records broken and stuff like that. He said, "Can you shout out my dad, Ramiro?" Sorry for repeating myself. Hey, man, shout out to your pops, man. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. Shout out to you as well. I'm not sure if you're the one I spoke with on the phone. I was doing some rerun calls, all the calls that I missed. I try to get back to you guys on my personal time and just show you guys some appreciation. So if you're the kid, man, I still want to talk to your pops. If it's not you, then you know who you are. He said, "That's right, Dan. Lakers power all day, baby." Is a double tech on Westbrook and Laker bench. What is that? That's what I'm saying, man. The games aren't called fairly, but I'm so happy that we still are deep enough to win without Anthony Davis, without Rondo, in a hostile environment with the refs on their side. Like we come in, and to me, this type of adversity is going to make us a stronger team, win or lose. Going through this, we're going to be battle tested for the playoffs because in the playoffs, there's so many baloney calls, guys. It's going to be, trust me, man, the Lakers, they're going to have to, it's going to be an uphill climb in the playoffs. It always is. Kobe Bryant went through it his whole career with the Lakers, when we have people choke slamming them and stuff and not getting ejected for it. So that's all I got to say. Just be prepared for a lot of the playoffs. My blood pressure goes up because I'd be mad, guys. I'd be cursing out my TV from the BS that the refs be calling. It's always happened like that throughout the course of time, and it's going to continue to happen. I don't expect anything better from this league. Like, it's crazy. It's almost like they think we have too many championships in the modern day era, so they're trying to let smaller market teams like the Warriors, not the Warriors, the Cavs and smaller market teams win. So that's what I feel. At least that's just my conspiracy theory. He said LeBron took over in the second half. Props to LeBron, man. He's seriously carrying the load without Anthony Davis. He's been playing great at playmaking offensively. He's on and off. Like, he has little spurts when he starts knocking down shots, and then sometimes he turns the ball over. But overall, man, LeBron is truly carrying the load without Anthony Davis. So, hey, that's what a true superstar is. I salute Bron because we expect nothing less from one of the GOATs. Absolutely. He said, forget the Astros and the Red Sox. See, there you go. Cheating teams. Always. That's what I'm saying. LA always gets cheated. In my opinion, those championships should at least get stripped from those teams. Even if they don't give it to the Dodgers, they should at least get stripped from those teams. He said, Dan, imagine if the Pelicans trade Drew Holiday for Davis Bertans. The Pelicans team can get real serious. Now, I said this earlier in the year. I don't think they'll make the playoffs. They're a young team. But I didn't anticipate this much of a leap from the young core. I knew Brandon Ingram was going to kill it if he was back healthy from that whole VST thing. I knew Lonzo was going to be solid, but they're all kind of coming together at the right time right now. And if they make the playoffs, man, as long as they're not facing us, I'll be cheering for them on the side, as long as they're not facing us. But all in all, like, I'm not scared of a young team in the playoffs. The teams that concern me are the ones that have the vets that have been there and done that, and they have the length and versatility. Now, one thing about the Pelicans is they're very quick, they're very athletic, they're full of energy, and they have a lot of young talent. Who knows how they're going to look when they add Zion? It could either add or it's going to be an adjustment period, one of the two. But I am excited for that future young core, man, and I'm happy for Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball. They're really doing their thizzle over there, man, just killing it. And I know what did I tell you guys? From the moment we drafted Ingram, it was an uphill battle with a lot of fans that were saying he's a bust because he wasn't producing right away. I said, patience, guys. Wait till the third or fourth year. That's why I believe we're in year number 4, right? So don't call me a prophet, but I called this about Brandon Ingram. I also said about Lonzo Ball. I said, these guys are going to be stars in this league, man. I said it about D-Law. I said about all these people. It's all patience. And now I'm saying it about Kuz. Like, trust me, guys. Trust in me. I've been watching basketball for a long time, and I tell you, Kuz is a special young talent. He just needs the opportunity and the freedom to be able to score and facilitate and do what he needs to do. Right now, he's not going to have that because we're a championship contender. He's playing under a limited offense for himself, because the offense is built around Anthony Davis and LeBron. Everybody else can get it where they can, fit it, right? Pretty much. He said, I'm calling you a prophet now. Don't. He said, Dan, where can I get that shirt? Oh, it's not a shirt, bro. This is a sweater. And it was a birthday present. I'm sure you can find it on NBA.com, though. I'm sure. He said, what are my thoughts on Frank's rotation tonight? Well, I'll say this, man. Frank Vogel has not been predictable with his rotations. I just never know what he's going to do. That's a good thing, and that could also be a bad thing. But for now, since we're winning, I got to say that's a good thing. We're 34-8 for a reason. Frank Vogel has been great. So, hey, Dan, can you shout out my girlfriend, Alexis? Absolutely, man. Shout out to everybody, including Alexis, who show love to this channel, man. He said, gotta go, but good win. Absolutely, Christmas, and shout out to you as well. Peace out. He said, Nostra, Dan. I like that. I like that. Y'all getting creative with these. He said, Dan, Harden is the most unwatchable superstar. 100% agree, man. The flopping is just ludicrous. It's ridiculous. It makes me want to barf watching James Harden's brand of basketball. And it makes me question if he would be nothing more than a six-man, Lou Williams type player if he was playing the old NBA rather than the modern day one. Maybe the most he would average is like 18 points a game, which is still very good. But I don't see a mega superstar if he was playing in the late 90s, early 2000s. I just don't see it. It was a lot tougher back then. And his brand of basketballs is very sloppy. It's all over the place. Hey, thank you, Martin. Shout out to you too, man. He said, Dan, we don't need to trade anybody. Just use the buyout market. So me, that's the preferable option, but I'm very curious to see how Rob Pelinka proceeds. Remember, this is his first official trade deadline without Magic or anybody holding his hand. So he's going to be able to kind of flex his power, and we're going to be able to see where his mind is at. Rob Pelinka keeps things close to the chest. He's not Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson was basically parading around telling everybody the next move, which I enjoy because I'm a Laker fan. I like to know. I like to be aware. But in the long run, it's not very beneficial. He said our injured bench. What was that? He said our injured bench was so engaged. I'm telling you guys, man, this team is very, very deep. I told you guys in preseason, you guys already knew. Once we formed this team, we knew we were going to be a championship, not just contender, but a favorite, in my opinion. Dan, shout out your damn self for doing what you do. Much respect and love, brother. Thank you, Lakers. Well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you to say. He said, I didn't like the leaks when Magic was there. I know what you're saying. Personally, me, I hated being in the dark with Mitch and Jim. And when he came, he was so transparent with us, and we knew we needed a switch. And he told us, we're landing a second superstar this summer. He told us everything. So I was always confident with Magic at the helm because of that. Unfortunately, he did disappoint with some things, but all in all, man, I give him credit for what he did. Pelinka, though, has been very solid thus far. He said, I want to see the beard and Westbrook go off on the Flippers in the playoffs. Look, man, when the playoffs start, this is going to be one of the most entertaining playoffs I think we have seen in a long time. And I'm honestly considering covering other games, not just the Laker games, because I'm going to be so engulfed in the whole playoff situation, especially if the Pelicans make it. That's going to be must-watch TV. Imagine Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and then he has Zion Williamson running down the lane, man. He got two options. You got the mid-range three-point shoot killer slasher, and then you got the highlight reel on the right side, man. Lonzo's going to have a lot of lob dunks to throw up, man. It's going to be insane to watch. Now, the only way I won't cheer for them is if we face them in the first round. But other than that, I would love to see like the Pelicans, I don't know, go up against like a good team just to test themselves and so that their young players can grow even in a loss. So if they make it to the playoffs, which I doubt because, again, they're young. And tonight, I think them losing this lead and losing this game tonight pretty much showed how young players still need to go through that growing process and lose games to learn from it and get better. So, yeah, I doubt they make the playoffs, but I don't doubt that Zion is a special, special talent. I don't know how ready he's going to be coming in from that injury, but if he's ready, then he might just give them the little boost they need to propel them to the playoffs. But by the way, shout out Ja Morant. You guys been watching what the kid is doing? My brother just told me he has a new young favorite player, and his name's Ja Morant. And I don't blame him. I mean, it used to be Derrick Rose for him. He likes those like lanky, like skinny guards that can just get in the lane and wreak havoc. Ja Morant is a special talent. He said Zion does look injury prone, though. I mean, we don't know. We don't know that because this was his first injury. However, I do agree with a lot of people that say he needs to cut back on weight because he's putting a lot of pressure on those knees. and that could be, in the long run, that could be very detrimental to the team. He said we might trade for Mike Hunt. I have no idea who that is. I don't know. Like, who does he play for? He says Zion will be the next Greg Oden. Oh no, Art of War. I wouldn't wish that on my worst of enemies. I hope not, because I love young talent, and I look forward to seeing what Zion can do in this league. I think he's gonna be a hybrid type player, somebody that can bring dunking as a prime asset back to the NBA. Like right now, it's all about 3-point shooting. Did you guys see the play where Troy Daniels passed up the easy pass he could have gave to, was it Alex Caruso? Who was running under the lane? I think it was Caruso. Instead of giving him the wide open pass, he took a contested three. I was kind of upset at that play, but it doesn't surprise me. This is the modern NBA where people rather take the three than the high percentage layup. That's tough. My hope is that Zion Williamson makes dunking and slashing to the hole so exciting that the future generations of young talent look up to him and start changing up their game, so we can have that Vince Carter, T-Mac, Kobe Bryant era of basketball back in the NBA. Because nowadays you'll see a highlight play here or there, but remember back then it was a highlight every night, man, something crazy, and I miss that brand of basketball. He said, later, Dan, keep up the good work. Peace out, Kevin King. And actually, on that note, I actually have to, I have to go with my family. They're here for the weekend, so I'll be spending time with them for a little bit before I go to bed for work tomorrow. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm going to fix this whole call-in situation because tonight was a fail on that. So my apologies on my part for that. But once I get that situation, situated, I'll take more calls. Matter of fact, next game, I'll take calls since this one didn't really work out. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. Lakers beat the Rockets to improve to a 34-8 record, man. I couldn't be happier. Very proud of this team, guys, from head to toe, from start to – like every single player is making me proud on the roster. The last time we could say that, very long time. Very, very long time ago, right? Galaxy far away type stuff. So, again, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't. Join the family, subscribe, man. Join Lakers City, man, and we have talks and conversations and breakdowns all the time. So, welcome to the family if you guys do hit that sub button, and I appreciate it ahead of time. So, have a good night, Laker Nation. I'll see you guys on the next one.